The Geauxlden Boot Pod is proud to announce that merchandise is now available. We have everything from t-shirts and hoodies, to hats and beanies, to drinkware, to wearables and blankets. You can find it all under the merchandise tab at thegeauxldenboot.podbean.com or go directly to thegeauxldenboot.com. As always, thank you for supporting the Geauxlden Boot Pod.
The views and opinions expressed in the Geauxlden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Geauxlden Boot podcast as a whole.
Welcome back to another edition of the Geauxlden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. We got Daniel D. Williams in the building. And Daniel, that's the first time you heard the new beat, huh?
Hey. Ooh. If I had a bucket hand, I would have. That was clean. Wow, I like that.
But
Nice
we
work,
had to come back. We had to give y'all a little bit more. We couldn't leave on that sour note. We was a little, you know what I'm saying, in our feelings a little bit earlier. Had some stuff to get out our chest. But we got some positive things to talk about. But first, good evening, everybody. How everybody doing this evening?
Can't call it, bro. I'm good. I done calmed down a little bit. Done got it out my system. You know, I'm ready to roll now.
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm glad to be home. New Orleans, it was fun.
Feel it wasn't. Yeah. But shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Shannon Williams dropped a let's go. Said was disappointed but loved the fight at the end. Completely agree. Definitely. Doug Knows said let's go. Kim Martin Elam says thanks guys for keeping it positive. Hey, we got to, you know, we woke up. So and Peyton said, what's up, fellas? What's good, Peyton?
What's up, man?
Glad you're with us, and we ain't even talking baseball. But I'm glad
appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Facts. So please like and share.
Yeah, so hey, send in your comments. Don't forget, like, follow, and share, you know. And we're gonna keep it going. What's good, Xavier?
What up, Zay?
Said what up, fellas? But let's jump into it. We kind of, like I said, we got all the negative off our chest earlier. Talk about the positive. I guess you know what? You know what I'm saying? If we want to start, let's start at the end. 99 yards.
99.
When we got the ball back on the one, Daniel, you were in the building. Mm-hmm. What was on your mind? Was it we can do this, or let's see what we got?
You want to know what really happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was walking out. I was leaving my seats. I was like, I'll send you guys the video and Pooh if you want to do something with it. But it was like we're in the back by the concession stand and everybody's watching through the little, you know, where you can see the field. Because everybody was literally on their way out once the ball got turned over and they had it. Man, and when that happened, the stadium went berserk. It went crazy.
Shout out to our man Wingo. Makai Wingo jumping on that, getting that fumble.
Yeah. Fast, man. But you know, the good thing about it was I'm being honest, I'm like, man, can he really do this? And the whole time I'm thinking, if this kid literally gets in the end zone, he's gonna be a legend. He's gonna be a legend. You know what I'm saying? And
until he wasn't.
Exactly. Everybody going crazy, like pass after pass. He's running. It's like, oh, you know, we got a Heisman coming. You know what I'm saying? But that's over the top. But at the same time, everybody's going crazy, and that was the loudest I seen the LSU section the entire game. You know what I'm saying? And people just up cheering because honestly, guys, if I'm being honest with you, it felt like for the majority of the game, Florida State had all the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That old stupid chant, was. But
I know it's bothering you because you just said that like 5 times today.
Bro,
every time I've talked to you today, you said that. So
on Bourbon Street,
yeah,
on everywhere, bro. It was obnoxious. but it was really good to see that our offense did put that together. And the mistakes that happened, to be honest with you, they can be fixed. They really can. The special teams play, it can be fixed. The block field goal, that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? The drops, if you want to replace somebody, that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's a lot of positive. And the fact that those guys came back, that's the biggest thing to me. I know there's no such thing as more victories, but hey, man.
But it's not a moral victory to me, because we still lost. But
yeah,
what it was there's something that you could take away from that and build on, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a moral victory, cool. I mean, I'm not celebrating the fact that we lost, and I'm not happy that all we got from this game was things to build on. But I'm gonna take what I can get from it, and I'm gonna take the positives that were in the game, and I'm gonna look at that going forward.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I guess Xavier with you. He said, I got so sick of hearing that damn Tomahawk chant. I muted the TV. Hey, so I want to say, I guess I was a little too animated earlier. I talked to Rev. He called me. He was like, "You good?" I said, "I'm good." He's like, "You had all that bad language in there. I had to stop watching the show. I'm sorry, Dad.
My bad, bro. I probably had a few in there too, so I'm gonna apologize too.
Right emotion.
I mean, I'm.
Hey, y'all better be glad you didn't catch me last night. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dad, don't watch Blake's show. Whatever you do.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
But hey, so what I'm saying, from the chat, Jason Bromfield says appreciate the positivity. They've been wild today. Yeah, I know, we know, trust me. Wade McBride still yelling, "Go Tigers!" Always. Speaking of that, and I'm gonna say the recruits, our commitments that we have so far. Shout out to King Darty. The first thing he said, I still woke up a Tiger. Love that kind of mentality. Ryan Yates said something earlier, being encouraging and stuff. All the people who have been, since started, because LSU was doing the hashtags to get recruits, and now I just saw a hashtag bounce back 8.
Yeah.
Love to see it, man. Love to see.
God, and I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier, but the secondary, I was impressed with the secondary. I was impressed with Major Burns coming up, making solid tackles. Jay Ward, safeties played, to me, in my opinion, they played pretty well. Now, we did have the linebackers. I think there's some work to go on there, but I think we still got a lot of depth. And the quarterbacks played pretty well, too, besides a couple of plays. I think our secondary is going to be okay, man.
Yeah.
You just got to get off the field on third down. I think that's the ultimate will come down.
The tight ends killed us, man.
Yeah. Doug Knowles says, man, I was on the second level walking out when we scored that last touchdown. Headed back to the seat when they blocked the PAT.
Same thing.
Oh, man.
So, Doug, next time you just keep walking. Keep walking. You and Daniel both.
I was literally about to get in my seat and they blocked the field goal and I just turned around. I just left.
I know. Kim says that the heartbreaking, man, that end was heartbreaking. My son kept telling me to breathe. Please do, Kim, because I want to hear that. Ed talking about the game that's currently on, Georgia Tech and Clemson, said Georgia Tech is looking good versus Clemson. I was actually just looking at that.
0-0.
So one thing I will say, I think it's safe to say there is a cream gonna rise to the top. Pause. In my opinion, we got Georgia, Alabama, drop off, Ohio State, and then drop rest of the country. It's a lot of parity. Who you got? Oh, I'm sorry, Michigan. I forgot Michigan.
way too
Ohio
early.
State,
Yeah.
Ohio State,
I gotta
Michigan.
put Michigan.
Well, I'm sorry, Michigan, Ohio State. However you want to look at it.
Yeah, you
know
gotta
what I'm
put them two up there for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, other than that, I don't really know who else you got right now. Oklahoma and USC getting some love, but I need to see them do it against a better opponent. I mean, USC played food. I mean, Rice. Only team Rice gonna beat is potatoes, and that's gonna depend on the dish. But but other than that, man, I don't really see too many people out there that look very impressed. Vanderbilt, we gotta give Vandy some love, man. Vandy,
we gotta give it 2-0. Shout out to Vandy. They did come in. Blake show kind of trolling, trying to troll. He said, "Did you ever think you would see Vanderbilt 2-0 and LSU 0-1?"
But I saw one that
slow
said,
your roll,
I
pump your brakes.
I saw a tweet that said, "How long is Vandy gonna put up with having to carry the lesser schools like LSU?"
That's funny.
I like it. Now, I was impressed with Notre Dame. If I'm being completely honest with you,
Yeah, that's
to an extent. They
played
did
a really good game.
Yeah.
And Texas A&M, if they would have never had that weather delay, no.
Hey,
they were looking. They was looking. In my opinion, they was looking real slop.
Yep.
Hey, I'll call myself out. Fam, you disappointed me, but Jackson State looked damn good.
Yes, they did.
Shador looked like an NFL quarterback out there, bro. He had at one point he was 17 or 17. Like that's unheard of, bro.
He literally had more touchdown passes than incompletions yesterday.
Against the same team that took UNC down, 3.5 quarters, gave UNC all they wanted, and then they added 20-some players who was ineligible for the first game, including Isaiah Land, and Jackson State just dog walked. I mean, boat raced.
I got a question: is Jackson State better than North Carolina? Because North Carolina showed what? No, okay.
All right.
Slow.
I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm gonna say that Jackson State is better than a lot of people gonna give them credit for.
Yeah.
They rank like 17 in FCS. There's no way that there's 16 teams in the FCS better than them. Ain't no way.
Mr. Milton says, as bad as the game started for LSU, they still had a chance. A bunch of new players, new staff. They will get better as the year goes on. Completely agree, Mr. Milton. Thank you for tuning in as well.
Yes,
I'm trying to see who else. Danny Girl says it should be against the law for any other school to play Nick as a taunt to us. Okay, slight over exaggeration, but come on, man. I did hear that a lot.
Yeah. It got kind of played out. You know what I mean? It got kind of
next week. I actually want to hear it, so I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I do want to hear it next week because they know actually know how to play it.
Exactly.
But I ain't mad at Florida State though, man. Whenever you win, you get the right to do stuff like that.
Yeah, and then honestly, as much trash as I talk, I deserve all the trash talking. You know what I'm saying? Because Florida State came up in there and they backed it up, bro. They punched us in the mouth the entire game. So kudos to them. They deserve
it. Miss Kim says, do you think that Florida, she means Florida State got the advantage by playing last week? Of course.
Yep.
Of course. So there's advantages on both sides. They got to work out the kinks. LSU got to see a little bit of what they want to, what they want to do.
But at the same time, though, they didn't do anything like they did the first game.
They didn't.
The first game, they were, and to their credit, they didn't have to do anything in the first game but run the ball. So that's all they did. They kept it vanilla. They just kept running the ball. And so me, as a fan, I was expecting Florida State to come out and try to run the ball, establish the running game. And they came out and did the exact opposite. They came out slanging that thing.
I think we're gonna be in trouble. I've been told we've reached our 2-show quota for the day. All I'm gonna say is, yes, ma'am.
Right. Yes, but man, I'll tell you, man, that Florida State defensive line is, boy, nice.
Hey, that Jerry Verse is legit. I didn't give him a lot of credit coming into the game because in the first game he looked a little suspect in run support, but whenever you can get pressure like he did against us, I don't care what you do in run support, man. That boy's a monster.
Facts. And BJ coming off the edge was lethal yesterday.
I want to throw this out there. I've been telling y'all,
Desmond Little.
my boy,
Yeah.
251 representing on the team. Shout out to Desmond. He came in when Ali went down. Went out with the targeting, and I've always, as I've always said, every time Desmond Little has come into the game, he may not necessarily make the biggest play, but his name always gets called for something, and it's never a negative. So,
Hey, I wanna shout out Jay Ward because a lot of people was talking about him being a liability and not being able to tackle and all these kind of things, but especially in that first half yesterday, he was one of the only ones, coming up making the tackle. Him and Major Burns, him and Major Burns, but they were Major Burns was coming down with bad intentions too. Jay Wood, the only thing I got to say about Jay that kind of made me want to, frustrate me a little bit is whenever he come in with just the shoulder.
Yeah,
like whenever you had they had that big, basketball player receiver, and Jay came in, he rocked him. Don't get me wrong, but if he would have wrapped up, he would have made the play, and the dude wouldn't have been able to bounce off of him. But I just want to give him his love because he was one of the only things in that secondary, along with Major Burns in that first half that kept the game as close as it was.
Peyton says, speaking of positives, I know I got on Jaden last night about running, but I was right and wrong after watching Kelly's presser. JD going to be just fine. I'm not sure what you said last night, Peyton. I did not go in spaces. I was not ready I did not want to deal with that all that toxicness. But I'll say this: a lot of people have spoken on Jaden's running. They were a lot of people made mention about he's taking off too fast. He's not going through his progressions. I just want to say this: in the first half, his progressions were read one, blitz, get yards, or read one, closing pocket, get yards.
You know what? If I can say this too, if Miles Brennan was back there, notes like the Miles Brennan guys. Ain't no comeback.
Honestly, I said this earlier. If Nussmeier's back there, I know he's not a sitting duck in the pocket, so to speak. But he isn't Jay Daniels. So he's not gonna get out of that pressure and get you 8 yards. So when he's getting out of that pressure, what is he doing with the football? You know what I mean? Is he gonna try to get some yards with his legs, or is he gonna trust his arm and put it in, harm's way by trying to make a play because he's got pressure coming down on him and try to throw a contested ball or fit the ball in between two guys and turn the ball over? No matter what you want to say about Jaden, he did not turn the football over. He did not put the football in danger last night. He didn't put the ball in danger. You know what I mean? Even with a high snap, bad snap, you know what I mean? He made the smart play. So I mean, you could say a lot of things about his play last night, about him taking off too fast or whatever you want to say. That's your opinion. But what you can't say is that he didn't play a smart game.
I do. I'm so glad you said that. Speaking of Jaden Daniels, another knock on him before this game was he's inaccurate. If so the pass, I don't know if y'all have seen it. The pass he threw to Kayshawn, Kayshawn wasn't looking. If you look, there's a still picture. I think Blake with AYS.
Yeah, from the end zone view.
His hand, the ball is literally hitting his hand, and Kayshawn not even looking.
Guys, even on the first drive, whenever he threw it up, in the back of the end zone, it was perfect. It was perfect. I mean,
even the pass to Jure in the end zone, all the crosses. I mean, not only, y'all showing his completion percentage, which is fantastic, but it ain't even just the completion percentage; it's the ball placement on these passes. Like you say, it's hitting right in the hand. All you gotta do is this, and it's a catch. Just like turn around and look, and it's a catch. But I mean, you can't hand the ball off better than he's been doing.
Wow. So I'm jumping around here. I'm gonna say this because Rev said I think somebody said Clemson looks bad. Who was that? Is Roderick said? Roger said Clemson looked bad. And Rail said, no, Clemson needs to make a decision at QB1. They're better than they're showing. And
Yeah,
I'm watching the game.
Young Galele ain't looking too good.
Yeah,
He
they
looked good last year.
Clemson just blocked a punt and pretty much had it first and goal at the 6 or 7. It's now 4th and goal at the 1. And we're gonna see what they're gonna do, but
I'll say this though. Last year, like you said, they had problems and they still won 10 games. The difference is this year they got a quarterback behind him who's capable of being put in the game. And
on top of that, Venerables is at Oklahoma, Tony Elliott is at Virginia.
Yeah, that's true.
So on top of that, I'm trying to see what else. I'm trying to see what. Oh, Wade McBride, Mason Taylor will be special.
Yes,
Definitely.
I can agree on that. His name wasn't called a lot. It was called
he
one time.
He called.
No,
Not
Mason Taylor. He did, but not Mason Taylor. But when I say this, his name wasn't called a lot, except for one time, and it wasn't for a good reason. But Harold Perkins showed flashes.
Oh, his name was called whenever he tackled that dude into the other guy.
Yeah. So
that was crazy, bro.
Harold Perkins is gonna be special.
He gonna be that, bro. That reminds me of every year Alabama always has a guy
like Reuben Foster.
Yes, that comes in and just smacks somebody on kickoff, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be the next one for Alabama. That's gonna be our next excellent linebacker.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Doug Knows says LSU needed a cupcake with the new staff and all the transfers. These week 0 games have been beneficial to our last 2 opponents. Completely agree.
That's why I said next year we need to schedule somebody who plays Hawaii. That way we can have a week 0 game.
Yeah. Shannon says, watch Jackson State yesterday. They were lit. And Real came out, they will beat several Power Fives. I want y'all to I want to say this. My daddy can spell, but he is a little bit older, so autocorrect be kicking his behind. So y'all
hey, look, I'm young and autocorrect be kicking my behind.
The only thing I gotta say about the Jackson State beating Power 5 is, like Dion mentioned, the trenches.
Yeah. Well, so it depends on if you play a smaller, because and ULM last year got snuck by. But
that ain't a Power 5.
Yeah, oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying. Like they G5s, they dominate some G5.
Man,
Power 5s,
they can beat Vanderbilt.
Not this year. Last year, Vanderbilt team, maybe.
Hold on.
Not this year.
They said that the thing said several P5. That's what I'm saying. They might could be 1 or 2.
They could beat Vandy. They could beat Mizzou.
I don't know about no SEC.
I don't know about the trenches, bro. The trenches is just a different animal, bro.
Now, if you said like Oregon State, or if you said
Rutgers, if you said Boston College,
Syracuse,
you know what I mean? Yeah, like if
I don't know. Syracuse beat they look good.
But like Jason, like Indiana, I might could get with you, but.
Yeah, Jason Brumfield says, Graham fam, I'm a little nervous about JSU. I think everybody should be a little nervous about JSU.
Yeah, I ain't really.
UNC is another one.
Yeah.
They probably would have took, yeah.
So Dion knows JSU needs more depth in the trenches. Yeah.
I'm with you, Rev. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Let's see what Clemson finna do.
So let's do this, guys. In order for us to LSU to bounce back next week, of course, I know we play Southern. What are some of the things y'all think we need to fix?
Mr. Perp in the building. What's good, Perp?
I need to see the offensive line gel, and figure out who your unit is.
I need to see the offense and defensive line gel.
Same, bro. But I need to see a better rotation on the defensive line.
Well, I think when Mason Smith goes out early in the game and you're not prepared for that, it's gonna throw your rotation off some. You know what I mean? So I think that we'll see that'll get better, this game, since they know they'll be without him this game. But the offensive line, I just want to see them find they 5, you know what I mean, and let them guys gel and stick together, bro.
Clemson just kicked the extra point. Must be nice.
One
thing I will say. Look, I want to say this. Think about how fortunate we are right now. And I know we lost the game, But think about how fortunate we are. We lost Mason Smith to an injury, but coming in to back him up is an all SEC freshman.
Yeah.
He can ball. He got winded, and I seen a lot of those guys in the interior.
Well, whenever you can't get off the field, you're gonna be winded, bro.
Yeah.
No,
not just that. He got the fumble recovery.
Yeah, he did.
So,
guys, let me ask you a question. I know that we've been positive, but Roy, I need to see a little bit more.
Yeah.
I need to see a little bit more.
Defense, linebackers. Somebody mentioned here.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Mike Jones is a smart player, but he isn't physical at all. I don't necessarily agree that he's not physical, but I think last night he did not. The linebacker core as a whole did not show up.
I need to see them whenever you in the backfield, make the play.
Yeah,
like,
break down.
It's one thing. Like I'm glad you're back there. You know what I mean. But if you back there and you just slowing him down and he still gets 2 yards, I mean that's cool. But I'd rather get that 4-yard loss. You know, and especially whenever it's a sack. Like Wes Weeks and Mike Jones both missed sacks last night, coming off in them situations.
Danny Girl says, I think we should consider moving Bradford back to the right tackle and putting Martinez or someone else at right guard. Tremont Shorts.
Bingo. That's what I said.
Tremont Shorts.
Yes, I'm with you.
Man, because that right defensive end last night was roller skates.
Well, see, that's the thing. They had Jared Verse on Will Campbell's side. And he got that 1 sack early in the game. And then Will really didn't give up any, much pressure other than that. So they swapped Verse to the right spot, and that's whenever he started whooping Cam Wire. I mean, and like that one, Cam Wire gave up a sack, and Florida State was rushing 3. Like that's unacceptable, bro. And I'm not trying to bash them though. Like we being positive. I'm just saying like those are one of the
things that we need to work on next week.
Those are one of the things. That's what I want to see corrected. I want to see situations like that. Do you overstep like you're supposed to and force the guy back inside? You know what I mean? Like correcting those kind of things.
Hey, go ahead. My bad.
No. I was just going to say Ed O said something. I didn't pay attention, but it kind of made sense. He said way too many freshmen on the field goal unit.
That's true. Well, okay, and I saw Doug Knowles said that Mason Taylor was the one who got the field goal block. I don't know about the last one, but I don't know about the first one, but the last one he wasn't.
It was 88, not 86.
Yeah, it was 88. But I mean, you had a lot. He is right though. There was a lot of freshmen, and I don't know if that was their way of trying to get the freshmen feet wet, so to say, a little bit. You know what I mean? And kind of baptize them a little bit. But you especially after you get the first one blocked, you got to make sure it's like this game. Like this for the game. Like you got to make sure that you got a group of guys out there that's gonna hold so we can get this kickoff. And what's crazy is even though it got blocked, it almost went in still.
Hey, we got Mr. Metaverse himself, Tyree, in the building.
What's up? What's up?
He said,
peace and blessings, everybody.
None but respect to LSU. Just go for 2 next time.
I agree, brother.
Hindsight.
That is true. Hindsight is always 2020. But hey, I want to say this. Well, Edward O said, let Perkins play. Next week, I will like to see Perkins play a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Please put that kid on the field. Yeah. Let him rush. Let him do something.
Yeah.
Let him play running back.
Hey, I was gonna say that. I honestly, I was gonna ask y'all that. Like if the running backs look like this, when John Emery come back, do you like right now you can say it was 1 game. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But next game 3, you get Emery back. If we still only have 40 rushing yards by everybody not named Jaden Daniels, I mean, do you give Perkins a shot just to get him on the field?
Let me ask you this: Do you worry about the running back, or do you change up your blocking scheme like we did last year?
Change up your blocking scheme because honestly, they never even got a chance to get in a rhythm.
Well, I think that's part of it. Is you gotta at least give the guys a shot. You know what I mean? We looking at the yards, but look at the carries. None of them had like 8-9 carries. You know what I mean? Right. So I think, like I mentioned earlier, Pooh. On the first drive, the first carry didn't come till we got in the red zone. On the third drive, when we got the field goal block, the first carry didn't for someone other than Jaden Daniels. The first carry didn't come till we was in Florida State territory. So I think that helps the O-line, you know what I mean, by allowing them to go downhill and not have to just pass it and it keeps the defensive line honest because they can't just pin their ears back and rush the passer.
Let me ask you, did you guys see much RPO action last night?
No,
I didn't see much.
I'm gonna tell you something else I wouldn't mind seeing. Just to get the running backs on the edge, why not run a speed option?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know how was it Texas A&M or was it Florida last year that said that that little tackle, that motion, that tight end on the edge to be out scheme on the outside and just run that little. But do you have a back that can actually hit the sideline like that? That's quick enough to do that, to run that outside zone play. You know what I'm saying? Or to run that outside sweep. Do you have a running back that has that speed to do that?
Yeah.
You know, to get on the edge.
Yeah, you could definitely make more of a commitment to the running game early, and that probably would open up, you know, things like the speed option game and stuff like that, RPO game. But to me, it's hard to run an RPO whenever the run option.
It's not working.
It's not there. I mean, if I'm the defense, I'm like, okay, hand it off to him. You ain't give it a yard to carry, 2 yards to pop anyway. Who cares?
Right.
So Doug Knowles says we had less than 40 yards passing going into half. Honestly, can't believe Nuss didn't try it out there. I can because
I see both sides.
So I will say this. The only reason why I can see that him not trying out there is because a lot of the stuff that was not, you know what I'm saying, Jaden wasn't dropping passes. He was dropping the pass where it needed to be, but he wasn't dropping passes.
I mean, he did have a couple of miscues, so I'm not going to sit here and say he played.
No, he wasn't perfect.
Yeah,
he wasn't perfect, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, I say this. I think part of it was, if you evaluate it, he didn't have a lot of time in the first half to do some things. And then another part of it was he did have 2 drops that would have been touchdowns. You know what I mean? So if you take that into consideration, what does it look like? And because it's easy to look at the box score and just see, 40 yards or whatever the case. But if you got 2 touchdown passes, that's another 40 yards on top of that, and you got 80 yards passing 2 touchdowns. Nobody's saying where's Nuts. You get, so I think that's part of, and the other thing is, like I was mentioning earlier, with all the pressure that was in his face, what was Nuss gonna be doing? Was Nuss gonna be in the putting the ball in the defenses where they could turn the ball over? Is he gonna be making the right decisions, or is he gonna be running for his life and just somebody down there throwing it up? You know what I mean? So I think it was a 4-point game at halftime, y'all. It was a 4-point game. So although we only had 40 yards, it's still a 1-possession game, and Nuss turning the ball over, hypothetically, if he comes in, swings the entire game. So Jaden making the right decisions, and if you look at the offensive line not helping him, I think you gotta at least see what he could do for a whole game.
And I tweeted that yesterday, like at halftime. Like, even though I felt like the entire game we played like crap, honestly, at the beginning of the first half, we were still down by 4 points, man. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
With two drop touchdowns and a blocked field goal, we were still, only down.
We couldn't get off the field on third down.
Yeah, I think if it was a 14-3 game, I think you might see Nuts in that situation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But the fact that the game was still so close and every possession matters so much, you want to put the guy who's a little safer with the ball in the game.
I agree.
Rail says Nick Saban plays a lot of starters on special teams because they said, I'm just saying maybe LSU need to make some changes on special teams. I agree. Let's talk about punt returner, Daddy. They had a starter back there returning punts, and he dropped the ball twice. So,
I think you should save Brian next week.
Well, they had a first-year starter.
Yeah.
Back there returning punts. I think that's part of it too. He's never really returned punts at LSU before. You know what I mean? And it's his first time doing it, and it's a pressure situation. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah. Penn Morris, what's good? Penn says, how many possible punt returners will we see over the next few weeks?
I think like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think it's Sage. Didn't Sage Ryan return punts last year?
Yeah, I think Sage will be back there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Chris Hilton.
I wouldn't be surprised. Best Stephen.
What's the other kid name? What's the other kid?
They say he used to do it in high school, and it's a difference, but they say he did in high school and in practice. Abietta, Is
No,
one.
it's another kid. I can't think of the kid name.
Is
now,
it, if I'm not mistaken, you talking about the same Francione, 88, the wide receiver?
I think it'd be Sage, man. Being that Sage did it last year and didn't have any issues, I think you go.
No, he didn't do it last year for us though, did he?
Sage, right? Yeah, he caught a couple.
Yeah, fuck, he was back there a few
Yeah.
times.
Okay. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, real security over yardage, 100%. Just catch the ball, man. Catch the ball.
Mm-hmm. Danny Girl, I feel like these kids gain confidence when the coaches show them they have faith in them. I have been yelling at whoever is the QB1 is QB1, and we ride it. We ride it full support, coaches included. Defense bit but did not break until the exhaustion late in the game. Yeah. We have to give credit for that. Thank you. You know what? Let's talk about the defense for a second.
That's a good point.
We talked about it early. Defense was, I guess, from a optics standpoint, perception, it looked like defense got ran through the entire game. Defense had them. They defense held Florida State to some field goals that they, that to a field goal that should have been a touchdown. They held them to a fourth down turnover on downs. They got a fumble in the red zone. So, and coming into the game, Florida State has scored 33 straight times in the red zone, and we got 2 stops in the red zone on them. So that's nothing to hang your head about.
The first touchdown was a flea flicker trick play. You know what I mean? So it ain't like they just drove down the field and scored on that play, on that drive.
Tyree says there's a lot to work with and improve on, but 99-yard drive in a minute and change is outstanding. Then he comes back with some cuss words. That's your first warning, Tyree.
Blasphemy.
That's your first warning.
About to get him up out of here.
Roll him up.
In baseball, it's 3 strikes shot. You get 1.5 on this show. You better not even say butter roll. You better not even talk about it.
Yeah, you better not even say Tide detergent around here. We about to get you out of here.
But nah, man. That 99-yard drive, everybody has been talking about it.
Super duper impressive.
That's
the highlight of the game for me, man.
Yeah.
Easily.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right. So let me ask y'all something else, because it was a topic that we were going to talk about, consider if we had won. But outside of Jaden, because obviously Jaden impressed. Outside of Jaden, who was somebody else who stepped up that impressed you?
I already said it, Jay Ward.
Okay.
But I said another one though. The guy who got overlooked every time this position group got brought up, Geaux Jenkins.
Yeah.
Amen.
Facts, bro. Facts. Bro, he has so many people there last night at the game. My man at least had 20 people.
Shout out
with number 10 jersey in his section.
Shout out 318, baby.
Facts.
But I'll say this though about him. Like when I was on Tigers Avenue show and we did the little preview of the wide receiver room, and nobody was really talking about him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I threw him in my starting lineup, but I was like, yeah, well, he's the best blocker of the group. And I kind of just chalked it up to he does the dirty things. You know what I mean? Yeah, but then you look at it, he's every time you need to play, and I kind of said this on this show though. Last year, if you look at the A&M play, that was him. If you look at it, it's like when you need a reliable guy on a 3rd and 7, a big play, it's Geaux Jenkins who makes it.
So Florida game last year, everybody knows Ty Davis Price had the 3 touchdowns, 287 yards. Somebody else had 3 touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns. You know who that is? Geaux Jenkins.
Yeah. I would say who impressed me, Major Burns, man.
Yeah.
Major played a heck of a game. And
he's been, his name has been so quiet during the offseason too.
Yes.
Yeah. But because a lot of people just automatically assume that it'd be Fouché.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I know, the news came out about Fouché today, but honestly,
what happened with Fouché?
He's an academic suspension for 4 games.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But my thing is, if Major Burns playing like that, it's gonna be kind of hard to take him out the lineup, bro.
Wow. Vegas be knowing. And remember what I told you before the game? Or not before we came on, Clemson. It was a first half minus 13.5. They just went up 14 with 3 minutes.
Let me ask
3
y'all
minutes
something.
left.
Y'all think
Straight.
Vegas kind of got like a time machine or something?
They definitely got that back
They
to
got
the
something, bro.
sports almanac.
Bro.
I'm telling you.
They got something. They got the referees in their pot. No, I'm just playing.
In the NFL, they definitely do.
So
So
they got that Buffalo Wild Wings stunt. You know what I mean? Like,
The
yeah.
reverse.
All right. So
it was only 16 points scored.
yeah. Adam B agrees with you.
I forgot about Savion Banks, man.
Adam B says Jenkins. First of all, congratulations, Adam and Kristen on their engagement before the game. So
the
congratulations.
Geauxlden Boot out here marrying people, y'all. That's our first couple that we done put together right there. So if you're looking for your mate, just come to the Geauxlden Boot comments. They didn't read in the comments, but you know,
hold on.
They don't got no outlet.
I don't even. We only been doing this show for 3 months.
Yeah, but listen, we was good. We good like that.
It was love at first sight.
You need to do your math a little better, but you
How
know
long we been doing this?
we're in September.
Started in March.
Oh Lord. Oh.
We'll have you in this thing. But nah, I will say this. The Geauxlden Boot knew it was gonna happen yesterday. But we ain't keep, you know what I'm saying? Come to us, we keep your secrets.
Yeah, we'll keep your secrets.
Wade says Will Campbell.
Yeah, I think he played good.
Jay Wood say BJ played well. BJ Ojolari, of course. Roderick says Malik Neighbors and Jenkins. Malik could have folded, but still stood up and helped start up the drive. Agreed. Peyton says Perkins and Brian T.
Yeah, Brian Thomas did.
Ball.
Hey, can we talk about that tiptoe down the sideline?
Oh, I saw it. I watched that. Oh my God.
Like that was awesome. And then he made sure he got the first down with it. Like that's the best part to me.
Right. Kid's gonna be nice, man.
Richardson.
Yes.
Kobe Richardson is as advertised.
Yes, he is.
Agreed. I don't know. And Blake brought this up, and I didn't realize they pulled him out of the game a lot.
They pulled him out and put Gardner in.
I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know why. Coaching. You know, saying I can Monday morning quarterback or Monday evening quarterback this thing. However you want to look at it. But he has some great pass breakups too.
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, I think Converse looked good too on the other side.
Yeah. I was impressed with those guys, man. I really was. Now, what happened with Savion Banks?
7
Banks, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's been all the way cleared from the injury yet.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's see. Adam said, "Thanks, fella. Which one of y'all are ordained?" Let me go. You know what I'm saying? Let me jump on this internet real quick.
Look. Hey, how
much you get paid to do that?
I don't know what Ryan on, but you don't want me marrying you.
Hey, put Tyree's comment up there, Pooh. Who is the player y'all expect? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know he did not have a good second half, but the name, I don't know what's our punter's name. I will learn it.
Bramblett.
But I think he could be a weapon.
Oh yeah, did you see that first punt?
He's on the preseason Ray guy list. So I mean, he can be pretty good. You just can't have 31-yard punts.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. If we get the blocking up front, the kicker, Demas, Demas, how you? When he kicked,
whatever his name.
Yeah, he nailed that first field. It's like I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, what is this going to do? He kicked. I was like, okay, all right.
Right.
You said, what was the question? Who's going to break out this year?
Yeah, who's stand out?
I'm gonna go with Mason Taylor. I think that was just the beginning for him.
Yeah, mismatch nightmare in my opinion.
And then when he get the ball, it's like he automatically look to get yak. You know, a lot of tight ends they kind of look around looking for contact. You know, when they get the ball, and now that dude looked like a receiver after he catch the ball.
Yeah, right. Brambo says, "I'm ready to see what Sage can do at punt return.
Just catch that baby."
I'm be honest. I don't care if we fair catch everything and come back there. Just catch it.
Just catch it.
I mean, we was trying to fair catch it yesterday.
That's true.
That's true.
It was great. It was that. How many times did they punt?
Not many.
Was it just 2?
Hold on, let me look it up. I want to say 2 or 3. So, because I know, we only punted twice. As crazy as it is.
That's crazy. And we only punted twice.
We only punted twice.
Wow.
Well, that's because
that tells you how much
we didn't have the ball that many times.
Yeah, they couldn't get in the rhythm. They could not get on the rhythm.
Oh yeah, they did. They punted twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was both of them. Yeah.
All right. Chris, what's good?
How they buns?
What's going on? What's going on with my fam today, bro?
What's down with you, brother?
Hey, we switching places today, huh, Chris?
Yeah, I'm in recovery mode, bro.
All right, Chris, what's some positives you got?
That's his name, King Ulysses. Javen Nichols. That's the kid name.
Who is that?
Man, I don't know if he was a walk-on kid or what, but everybody was talking about how great he looked at returning kicks and stuff like that, and that they thought he might really get a shot to be the return man. I think you at least give him a shot. If he's on the team pretty much because of that, give him a shot, man.
I think what happens is if I'm the special teams coach, everybody get fired this week. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. You got to, bro. You got to.
Yeah, I mean you got to get that right, bro.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to be able to kick an extra point, bro.
Got to, man. Yeah. Got to be able to block.
Hey, Roger said, "What's up?" Say, "What's up?"
What up? No.
What's up, buddy?
They saying, "What's up?" You got to wave to them. Tell the people hello. You're not gonna talk. Okay.
Since we here, can I give my little man a shout out, or you want to wait?
Go, yeah, we. You know what? Let me bring it up. Let me because he was asking about it. He said, "Dad, you gonna talk? You gonna tell the people what happened?"
Yeah, we finna talk about you, Dylan. Yeah.
Let me bring it up. So, I just want to say I'm proud of Dylan. The things he does, I guess that what we say rub off. So let me go ahead and bring this up. So last week it says this past Friday night on 8/26/22, we were doing our usual Friday night theme broadcasting Athens High School football on WKAC 1080.com. One of my jobs the last several years has been to being on the field reporter, and I'm gonna skip down. But basically what happened was typically during I knew it was gonna run out. Typically during the national, Dylan was on the sideline playing with the other kids and stuff, throwing the ball around and everything. But when the national anthem popped up, and I'll bring this back up here, he says, normally I don't take pictures during the national anthem. It's just a respect thing for me. Call me old fashioned. However, this past Friday, I could not resist taking a picture. Said this, now I'll skip down. It says, this little fellow was on the sideline playing hard with some friends when the PA announcers made the announcement that the Bob Jones band was about to play the national anthem. Dylan actually stopped, stood there for the national anthem. And, people in the community took notice. And they talked about how it restored his faith in the youth. Talked about how he's being raised by outstanding parents.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And not you though, the mama, not you.
Yeah, right. Now, hey, we gotta give our fathers some love, bro.
Yeah, no, for real though, bro. For real.
So, but nah, man. I just want to say I'm proud of it. I never, saying we stand. I've stood for the national anthem. We stand. Stood still. Saying showed our respects and stuff. We've never really told Dylan, hey, you got to do this or you got to do that. But he pays attention. He notices. And when I told him about it and how this article was spreading on Facebook throughout the community, Dylan's words were, "Well, Daddy, that's what you're supposed to do."
Huh, bro.
Yes, sir. All right.
That is what you're supposed to do. You're a proud American.
Good job, Dylan, bro.
So, yeah, Chris, I get that, but at 6 years old, not everybody is paying attention. And
facts. I promise you, my 6-year-old would have just kept on playing, bro.
Mine too, bro.
My 6-year-old self would have kept playing, but
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris. If you think about it, a lot of 60-year-olds would continue at that concession stand getting
yeah.
getting their nachos. So, but no, that's
Good job, Dylan.
they
Good
say
job,
good job.
man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right.
And good job to you, Pooh, too, bro.
For real.
Appreciate it.
Raising them up right.
You
All right.
doing it. Thank you for
All right.
serving.
I shot a shot. Can you go now? All right, bye. Go. I'm just playing. All right. All right. So boom. Let's get back. I don't even know where we left off.
Oh, can I give a quick shout out too?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right, the Superdome got the best food hands down. You hear me?
Yeah, they food banging, dog.
Yes, sir.
You hear me, bro?
Bro. You got
Jambalaya.
that jambalaya. I was about to say you got the
Jambalaya, the shrimp jambalaya. Hey, the shrimp nachos, dog. I don't know.
That jambalaya be hidden, bro. That jambalaya be hidden.
That was good.
They got some good chicken strips too. If you ain't trying.
Chicken strips.
I go back and I'll try.
They good, and they ain't regular though.
Man, if I got a choice of chicken strips or jambalaya, it's gonna be hard to pick chicken strips.
Hey, they had a
Now,
one punch
you know
off
I
the
had
chain
both.
too.
You know I had both. Come on now.
Some of us gotta choose one or the other, Chris.
Speaking of shout outs, I want to do this. I want to shout this out. So we got hit up to ask to help out with this. It's gonna be the first annual trail ride. And what they're doing is they're trying to raise money and raise awareness for sickle cell. The trail ride is September 24th and 25th. The 24th will be there'll be a DJ until 9 p.m. Live performance by Top Benoit. Sunday the 25th is DJ on ground. Live performance by Jeremy Fruge. The ride leaves at 12 p.m. Party wagons are welcome. No food vendors, no four-wheelers or ATVs. Pay at the gate. Security will be strictly enforced, and it's going to be at the Red Barn at 2901 Rodeo Road, Abbeville, Louisiana. And it's also a birthday celebration for Miss Melissa Williams. For more information, you can go to Sickle Cell Riders on Facebook. For any questions, you can reach Miss Tasha Herbert or Bear at 337-561-3150. If you just want to make a donation, you can do that at Cash App via $TT Sickle Cell Riders.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
Thank God for a real trail ride. Thank God for them.
Thanks. Hey, if I could also add too, man, what the money that they're raising is actually going to go to a sickle cell patient in the Houston hospital.
St. Jude, right?
Yeah, St. Jude. Yeah. So they want to raise close to, I want to say $5,000, and they're going to give that to a sickle cell patient at St. Jude Hospital. And I want to say me, Chris, are definitely probably going to be at that trail ride.
Oh yeah, Chris, you hitting that thing up, Chris?
Oh no, I ain't going to trail ride.
Oh, you suck. I thought you said you was coming.
I ain't a big horse guy, bro. But I'm tired of spending trail rides with four-wheelers.
Chris, you better get a big horse.
I was about to say. I can see. No, I ain't gonna say that.
But look, if y'all notice, like I know Ken probably noticed it, the trail rides are turning into a little club now. They getting people
Yeah.
not even from the country.
Okay, Chris, that's another topic for another day. We're not finna go in on trail rides.
Okay. You leave it alone.
Oh man.
That's funny.
That is
all right, so we want to talk about some things we saw outside of LSU.
Outside of LSU, around the NCAA or around college football, period. Because as we mentioned before, Jackson State looked very impressive. I'm trying to think who else. Was that my
Alabama looked very impressive.
Georgia looked good. Michigan looked good, bro. I know they was playing Colorado State, but they didn't give up.
I don't know. Michigan's gonna have to beat Ohio State 2 years in a row for me.
But they can beat Ohio State, dog. You had to watch them. I watched the whole game, bro. They look good.
Michigan looked like Notre Dame looked, but with better athletes out wide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They look physical. They look physical up front, and they lost two. Both their D ends went pro, and they still looked good. So I mean, I think they. I'm not saying they're gonna beat Ohio State, but they can because they got the game plan. Punch Ohio State in the mouth.
I got a question. What's Alabama's offense like? What's their scheme, y'all think?
What's their scheme? Number 9.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they got a good runner. Gibbs a good running back though, so they do have that dynamic to their offense. But man, it's Bryce Young, and let him carve you up, bro.
Bro,
man, did you see that 40-yard run? He hit like 50-yard run. He had down the side. Like if Bryce Young started doing all that, bro, that's a cheat code, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not watch a lot of Alabama. I did see the run in the first half. That was about it. I
didn't watch the game. Now.
I ain't watched the game. I picked in a little bit.
I'm just mad because I got Ja'Cory Brooks on my fantasy team, and he ain't have a catch. He ain't have a target. He ain't have nothing. Typical Alabama receiver, bro.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Tennessee does against Pitt.
That's gonna be a good game. Hey, that backyard brawl was that was a good game, bro. Like the emotions, and that's how you kick off a college football season right there.
Purdue, West Virginia, and
West Virginia. I mean, as far as the game, probably not. But as far as like the physicality and the atmosphere, and because they hate each other, they rivals, and they ain't played in 10 years. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of emotion. You got dudes who granddaddies and uncles, and you know what I mean, been playing in that game, and now they finally get a chance. And hey, them boys was out there.
Purdue, Penn State
was a good game too.
Yeah. I tell you a game that was good that shouldn't have been as good as it was. North Carolina and App State.
Well, two of them, because ECU and NC State was a good game too.
That's true. App State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter and lost.
Bro, so when do you see this? When do you see you give up an onside kick for a touchdown and then you score in 30 seconds, bro?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. And what's crazy is they should have won the game, but the running back turned around on that last catch. And failed. But hey, Arkansas Cincy was a good game too.
Arkansas Cincy was a good one.
Which I wasn't expecting that.
Utah Florida was a good game.
Yes.
Florida was a really good game.
Anthony Richardson is legit.
Very
legit.
Chris, any comments? Chris,
he
good.
He good.
He Jane Daniel that thing, bro. Like,
bro, I'm gonna be honest.
But a lot of people.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people in the neighborhood. I went around asking them. I was like, "What y'all think about Anthony Richardson? What y'all think about Jaden Daniel?" They said neither one of them can throw.
Whatever.
Your neighborhood about as crazy as you. Houston
drinking that water.
Houston,
UTSA. Let's stay on Florida right quick.
Okay.
Quick. That offense that they running is very impressive. And the tight ends, the way that they use their tight ends, I do like it.
You say the offense, you mean the Anthony Richardson that they running is very impressive?
Yeah, but the way they use Anthony Richardson is a beast, but the way they use their tight ends, I like it.
Okay. I'm looking through some of the other games, but Houston UTSA was a good game. Very good game.
Well, I was waiting for Houston to lose so I can get on ink.
What you getting on me for?
Oh, because we said that they was gonna be good and win 10 games this year.
I said that they might lose week 1 though. You must have hit me.
You did say that.
You did. No, you did.
Pick and choose, Chris. Pick and choose. I'm looking through, trying to see who else. Let me ask you this: were y'all impressed at all by USC versus Rice? Well, you kind of mentioned that in the beginning. No, not really.
They played food, bro. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like Oklahoma. I wasn't really impressed by them neither.
What?
Who they played?
Bro, just like Michigan though.
But okay, what did Oklahoma do?
Oklahoma got some nice athletes, man. Number 9 is legit. The quarterback good too.
Liberty went into 4 overtimes and won 29-27 against Southern Miss.
I'm not impressed with a Southern Miss win because Southern Miss ain't been good lately.
Are you impressed with Mississippi State over Memphis? 49-23.
Yeah,
that was better.
Man.
Hey,
Let me ask y'all.
What about that NC State game?
NC State, ECU. Yeah,
that
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma State, Central Michigan.
Central Michigan.
They got old Florida coach McElwain.
Yeah,
and they almost came back in that thing, bro.
They did.
They put up some points.
Okay, all right. So week 2,
McElwain. Go ahead.
No, I just say week 2 has some pretty good matchups coming up too.
Texas, Alabama.
I got a question.
We got an answer. What you got for us, Chris?
Y'all think McElwain get another Power 5 spot?
Yep. I do.
Maybe, I don't know.
He wasn't that bad of a coach for me, man.
But he has a black cloud over him with the line on getting death threats and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. At
Florida.
It got to be the right spot, like maybe Minnesota or somewhere like that. Up north, I can see
Minnesota was impressive too. I forgot about that. South Carolina, Arkansas, week 2.
Hey, can we talk about who wasn't impressive?
Please tell me.
Iowa won a game with 2 safeties and a field goal.
7-3. Score was 3-0. I'm sorry, score was 3-3 at halftime.
That's one of them old school football games.
Their quarterback had a QBR of 1.1.
Dang, that's bad. Bad.
This one's gonna be is a sneaky good game in my opinion.
Who you got?
Duke, Northwestern.
Northwestern finna blow them out.
I ain't watching that game. No, Duke.
You say, hold up.
Supposed to have
hold up. You know what? I love when people I ain't finna watch that game, and that'll be the best game that weekend.
I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my stance.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I looked at that's the wrong team. I thought that was
Ohio
Coastal Carolina.
Might be a good game too.
I was just looking at Ohio Penn State, UTSA and Army.
You got Alabama versus Texas, which will be a blowout.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just looking through some of these, trying to see what
Tennessee and Pitt. Tennessee and Pitt's gonna be a real good game this weekend.
Houston, Texas Tech.
Should be some points put up.
Mm-hmm.
App State versus Texas A&M could be.
I saw that. If Texas A&M play like they played last week, Alabama State's going out to LA. They're playing UCLA in the Rose Bowl. That's actually going to be really good for for Alabama State as a program.
Hey, A&M play UAB.
Alabama A&M.
Yep.
They played them last.
They played Troy. My bad. They played
Troy. Oh, okay. I was gonna say they just got beat.
I was wrong Alabama team, but Jackson State and Tennessee State. Deion versus Eddie Georgia.
That's true. Yeah. I forget what that classic is called.
Hey, you got Kentucky versus Florida.
Who?
You got Kentucky versus Florida this weekend.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Ooh, Kentucky did not necessarily look that impressive.
That boy said Texas for the upset. Wow. Okay.
Wait, he said Texas over Alabama this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
Jason Bromfield.
You smoking.
Well then, Daniel.
Yeah. Hey, and I guess Vegas do be knowing stuff. Georgia Tech kicked the field goal, and so it is 14-3 going to half. So minus 13 and a half is dead.
Hey, App State A&M next week.
Arizona State.
That's what I'm saying.
App State at A&M.
That's what I said early. That could be an upset.
Arizona State, Oklahoma State, USC, Stanford.
Baylor, BYU.
USC Stanford gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor,
that's gonna be a good game, bro. BYU.
I want to see Baylor play TCU with all this speed.
Baylor, BYU is Jeff Grimes versus the old team.
Yeah.
Oh, then you got Mississippi State versus Arizona.
Arizona. I was just looking at that, so it's gonna be some good ones. So we got some good matchups next week. I'm gonna reach back out to Swag and the Fool, see if we get them on for Thursday to preview the Southern game. Also, we'll bring y'all a clip from the when we went to SWAT Media Days and talked to Southern coach Eric Dooley, and also with the Southern players that were represented there. Talk about what they look forward to playing in Tiger Stadium and what it means to them. So we'll have that ready for you. Fellas, y'all got anything before we wrap this thing up?
Yep, one question. Does Vandy beat Wake Forest?
I think they got
No.
I think they got a chance.
Yeah.
I think they got a chance.
Y'all better stop sleeping. Y'all better stop sleeping on Vandy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the problem. Chris actually literally be sleep when Vandy plays. So he literally thinks that Vandy is just Vandy, and Vandy is not.
My thing, if Vandy goes 3-0.
Vandy ain't beating Wake Forest.
If they go 3-0, Pooh Bell, you might as well go and cash out, bro, because you finna get that, bro.
I told y'all Vandy over 2.5 wins on the season was a good bet. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's crazy. But yeah, I hope they pull it off.
Vandy legit got a chance to go 4-0.
Who they play after that?
Northern
Illinois.
Yeah.
They got a chance to go 4-0 before they go into
they got all their non-conference games before the SEC play. That's wow. That's a crazy schedule.
Let me go back to it and make sure. I'm pretty sure.
They trying to get all the wins. Trying to get all the wins before they get to the gauntlet.
Yep, you're right, bro. That's crazy. Yeah,
Who's they first?
They're gonna start 4-0 and then go to Alabama.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I knew they had somebody.
Hey, game day need to be there. If Vanderbilt 4-0 going to Alabama undefeated, they need to be there.
Hey, chill out.
They got. Well, I mean, because you got to look. It's Vanderbilt.
You got a 4-0 Vandy team at Bama, bro.
Hey, why you playing? Okay, so here it is. Check this out. Vandy can legit start 4-0, and then they got Alabama, Ole Miss, and Georgia, right? Then they got Mizzou and South Carolina. Vandy can legit be
5-3 or 6-3.
6-3 going into their last. I mean, going against Kentucky and then Florida and Tennessee.
They could win. The game versus Tennessee could be if making Vandy Bowl eligible, dog.
Hey, what week is this? What week is this?
This is week.
This is week 1, right?
This is week 1.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. This is week
no. This Vandy 2-0. They play week 0 though.
I know, but I'm just saying this is week 1.
Man, Vandy gonna be undefeated going into Bama.
I'm finna
email ESPN and tell them I need game day at Vandy versus Bama, bro.
Man, y'all tripping. Tyree, I'm with you, dog.
You ain't never gonna see an undefeated Vandy versus Bama again unless they play week 1.
Well, if not game day, at least
SEC Nation.
SEC Nation, yeah. So all right.
Y'all crazy, bro. A 4-0 Vandy team. Come on, man. Get them their flowers, bro. At least give them a game day.
Whenever they get there.
It would only be better if it was at Vandy and they'd have to put game day on Vandy campus. I know they ain't never been there before.
I'm gonna tell you the worst thing about Vandy campus. When I went, they do not allow tailgating on campus.
What? That has to be the worst game day environment ever.
Dude,
why they don't allow tailgating? Because they're a private school or something?
I guess so. All the tailgating was off campus and stuff. It was a quick 5-minute walk to the stadium anyway. So, but yeah, that was.
Hey, I'm finna one up Jason, and then we out.
All right.
Vandy over Bama.
All right.
And with that being said,
and like that, we're out. See y'all on Thursday.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Geauxlden Boot. On Instagram at Geauxlden Boot. On YouTube at The Geauxlden Boot Pod. On Facebook at The Geauxlden Boot Pod.
Geauxlden Boot!